What's going on, guys? This is Kaisho. Welcome back. So we are back for another video. So in this video we're going to cover OCG Metagame Report and deck list reviews for the past week. We do have December 25, the Christmas, up to December 29, post January 2025 ban list regulation. So we are going to cover the post QCTB quarter century Trinity box and also the reflection of our new format this coming January. So this will be a huge tournament report because there's a bunch of tournaments happened in the span of 4 days because of the holiday season. Most tournament stores will capitalize on that. They will host multiple tournaments and we are going to see a bunch of results reflecting our new ban list. So moving on first, we do have Blue Eyes Primite. Of course, projectedly the best deck in this current January format, and possibly it will be the deck to beat in this modern 2025 Yu-Gi-Oh! And on this list, it banked on a lot of control cards, 2 Torrential Tribute, 1 Skill Drain, 1 Summon Limit on the main deck, and the extra deck is also unconventional. It played the Legacia package and also the likes of the Moonrose Dragon, and also played 3 Ultimate Slayer on the side deck, even though Ryzil is getting less and less popular due to their massive hits on the deck, with X going into 1 and Dweller getting banned and the 7th going into semi-limited. So yeah, people are still into playing the Ultimate Slayer. Moving on next, we do have Voices Voice, a very comfortable deck. I can see a lot of people going back to Voices Voice, especially they don't know what's good and what's bad on this new format. So inadvertently, people will rely on their comfort. So Voices Voice, definitely a deck to pick up on this new format. And moving on next, we do have Gem Knights, Rinsmith. So this deck is really strong. At the tail end of the October format, this deck got a lot of results and I don't see it ever getting slowing down or kinda getting overshadowed by other decks, no? I just think that this deck is really strong on this format, and a lot of people still doesn't know how to deal with this deck, and you are going to catch a lot of people off guard when you're playing this deck. Most of the time they don't have the answers, the hand traps, the correct interruptions to you, and also a bunch of things can be flexible on this deck. You could play Finsmith, you could play Primite, and a bunch of stuff like Azamina, and your side deck is also kind of flexible as well with this pilot playing the Shadal fusion engine. So yeah, I think this deck is really good. And moving on next, we do have Orcus Azamina. So Orcus, a very hot deck in the remainder of the October format. Probably Orcus is the most represented deck post QCTV, and the Orcus is a deck that will see success in this 2025 if things will continue this way. The only thorn on the path of Orcus is none other than Artifact Lancea. Oh my goodness, Lancea is just here to stop the Orcus. If people will not respect the Orcus and they will not side in Lancea and they will not even prepare against Malice, they are getting eaten alive by this Orcus. And I can say that because I have seen a lot of very good Orcus players in our local community, MJ Agura and Edison Karameng, and a lot of my friends are also testing out, including me, the Orcus, and I can really tell that this deck is very dangerous on the hands of the right Orcus player. Yeah, I think you can mark my words. Orcus will definitely be a strong contender this early 2025. And moving on next, we do have Ryzil, our first Ryzil in our report. Post banlist Ryzil with 1x and 2/7 Tachyon without Dweller, no? So they are probably going to the mile of extending their plays with Small World, with the Sakitama or the Aratama sometimes, no? So they would compensate for the loss of consistency on their main deck with these cards, and that's just rocket science. I mean, if you know how Ryzil works, you could definitely tell that Ryzel will incorporate Sharks and the Sakitama engine, the Spirit, and Small World, possibly, no, just to suffice the loss of consistency on their deck. And it is proven to be effective. Like this, it went finalists on a Korean tournament. And yeah, I think it is a large tournament because it has a top 8 cut, no? So I think Ryzel is not dead, even though they have lost some major consistency. Next, we do have Blue Eyes Primite. Of course, we are going to see a lot of Blue Eyes Primite because this is the January format. And Blue Eyes is the only deck from the top tier, top SA tier decks that are not even touched by the ban list. So yeah, we could really telegraph that Blue Eyes is going to dominate this January. And moving on next, we do have another Ryzel. So I believe this is very similar to the deck as earlier. Yeah, probably. Same principle on Ryzel. Just play the triple judgment, triple sanctum on the side deck. And moving on next, we do have Spiral. Spiral with Horus, it has been the most played version of Spiral with Horus, making Zombie Vampire access to your deck, makes your deck more tangible on milling cards and starting your plays with this Magician Souls engine and whatnot. So I think Spiral is very explosive going first, but struggles the same issue as the other rogue combo decks. They would really be devastated with one Maxi and one Foalos and even Purulia, no? It could hurt the deck. So yeah, there's a bunch of risks that you're going to face when you play the Spiral. And moving on next, we do have top 4 of Dungeon Dice Tournament in Korea. First would be Blue Eyes Primite. Play the BLS Ritual. Oh my goodness. Wow, this is crazy. Bunch of one-offs on the deck and yeah, this is very innovative for Blue Eyes. This is worth pondering at whether the deck list would work or not. No, I'm not really familiar with the Blue Eyes Primate. I don't have enough practice with the deck, but I have enough matches against the deck to know that this looks very promising as well. And next would be Sky Striker. Oh my goodness. Let the deck rest. But sadly, it will not happen. There's a bunch, plethora of Sky Striker enjoyers. And on top of that, we are going to have an anime focused on the Sky Striker lore. So expect that they would get more support from the Konami this coming January 2025 and the remainder of 2025 because it will get an anime and Konami will push the agenda of making Sky Strikers really good and it would appeal for a lot of people because who would want to not like the art style of Sky Striker and very marketable as well for most people. So yeah, I think Sky Striker is a very good investment to make. Next we do have Gem Knights again. This time without Finsmith, more hand traps, triple Nibiru on the main deck, 3 Follows, just respecting the other meta decks out there. And next would be Blue Eyes Primate once again. Super Poly on the main deck. Wow. I think Super Poly is very underrated in this current meta game. Probably one of the best ways to out everything on this meta. And moving on next, we do have Tenpai Dragon. Oh my goodness, Tenpai Dragon again and again. Tenpai Dragon has been solid since 2024 and December 2023 if I'm not mistaken, no? So Tenpai has been doing it for a very long period of time already. It has been a year and they don't really stop. Yeah, people are just throwing everything that can make the deck work. They have tried the Blaster and Gold Sark engine, and now they are playing 3 Purulia, 3 Foalos just to make the deck function. Oh my goodness. This is how busted the Tenpai is. I cannot really stress enough how really toxic this deck can be. Especially people are not really expecting you to go second on this very going first oriented game. And next would be White Forest Azamina. Pretty standard, just played double talent and 2 super poly on the main deck. And moving on next, we do have Yubel. Yeah, Yubel Finsmith. So they have shifted away from playing the Dagda Turbo. It is very popular in Korea. They are sight locking everyone and their mothers with the Dagda sight combo. But in Japan, it doesn't really materialize that much. There's not enough people that emulates that same strategy as the South Koreans. But this is a Korean tournament is a stronghold figure that people are not really fixated on playing the Dagda and Sight Turbo on the Yubel. But it is still playing Sight, but at the expense of the Sanctum, of course, once they go first and stun the opponent with Sanctum Sight package. And next would be Tenpai Dragon Buster Blader. This is pretty, yeah, pretty sleeper considering that we have Dragon Maid, we have Tenpai Dragon, we have Blue Eyes, various versions of Blue Eyes, no? So with Buster Blader, you don't have to worry against those decks. They would instantly lose with your Buster Luck, and those Dragon decks will do nothing against you. They don't really have the combat ability to deal against this Buster Luck. And you still have the Tenpai Dragon to OTK the opponent going second, no? So, very flexible deck. I think this deck is very well catered towards the metagame that we currently have. Next, we do have Memento Atlan. So, Memento Atlan really immense for the new format. They are not also touched by the ban list. I have predicted in my mind that people are expecting the Memento Atlan to get hit, and I am one of them because I thought Memento Atlan Fusion will go into 1 or even 2, but it didn't happen. So it just means that Konami doesn't care with Memento Atlan right now, or they still have future plans for the deck to make it a more threatening meta deck now. But I don't really see it happening, to be honest. I am really satisfied with Memento Atlan already. This is a formidable deck as it is, and more broken support will make the deck really tier 1, soul tier 1, and close to tier 0 deck now. So I think it is fine as of now to let Memento Atlan play their game. Next we do have Malice, of course. First Malice in our report. Yeah, first Malice. They have lost copies of Gold Sark and Allure, but is not enough. Yeah, the more probable approach to hit the Malice would be Malice in the underground, going to at least 2 or 1, but it didn't happen, so we could already tell that it will get more new support. From the Alliance Insight, it will get a new Cyber support, and possibly new main deck monsters, new spell and traps moving forward. So this deck is very promising considering that this is a Y4 archetype and it will get a lot of supports in the future. That is for sure. We cannot really deny that. From the looks of things, Konami will push Malice as the next Y4 archetype to dominate the metagame. Next would be Branded. Branded opening back into 3, no? Interesting. I think Branded, another deck that is getting an anime. I think this deck will get new support. We have gotten support of Branded since 2021, since the dawn of Majesty. And it is not even stopping yet. Even the ROTD was on 2020, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not even playing the game that ago. And Branded is already there with the Dogmatica, lore, the Albaz storyline. It is relevant since ROTD, if I'm not mistaken. So it is a very long amount of time already that Branded is just here to stay for a very long time. Now imagine that, almost 5 years. How long is that? That's like half a decade and it is still not stopping, no? So Konami clearly have their favorites. Yeah, I think that's just how we put it into a perspective. And on the extra deck, of course, you have to respect the Orcus Malice match up with Lancea. Moving on, next, we do have another Malice. This time with one Cynet Mining on the main deck and one Foolish Burial. Also play the Bestial package with Saronir and Baldrake. And moving on, next, We do have Unchained, Fiendsmith, technically Fiend Link, yeah, with Tour Guide and Fiend Shrine Warrior. This deck is, yeah, I think this deck is just here to be a tier 4, tier C type of deck and just stick with the meta game for as long as they can, no? So I think this is also a wise investment to make, especially Fiendsmith is not expensive as it used to be. So yeah, I think would get away with this deck. Next we do have Mermail Atlantean, of course. So with triple follows, I think it is kinda ballsy to do that on this type of deck. And Jai would prefer things like Droll here, or even Ghost Ogre Nibiru. Yeah, it could make more sense than the Purulia on the main deck. And moving on next, we do have Salamangreat with a Speedroid, small Speedroid engine with Terror Top and Tactom board. And also played double talent and double droplet. Wow. It makes sense because Salamangreat kinda suffers going second. So you would want to have some cards that does something going second, and you also don't get many drawbacks with droplet. I mean, your Salamangreat cards are doing something on the graveyard as well, so you're fine with playing droplet on this deck. And moving on next, we do have Marineford TCG Tournament in Korea, one of the bigger locals in South Korea. First would be Malice. I cannot really see the whole deck on this picture, but it looks pretty standard. And next would be Branded 6T. Yeah, Branded 6T. It is playing grass with triple trust. Very standard branded. And next would be Gem Knights once again. With 2 Nib on the main deck. Wow. You even played 3 Falls and 3 Purulia. So bunch of hand traps. And a board breaker. Yeah, it is playing board breaker. I think this deck wants to go second. Yeah, no called by, no, and no cross out. Played Ultimate Slayer and Lightning Storm. Oh my goodness. This is really crazy. Next would be Ryzil. Second, third Ryzil in our part, this time with Finsmith. So yeah, this is the TCG-esque way of playing Ryzil. It is more popular in the TCG regions with Finsmith supplementing the deck. Next would be Blue Eyes Primite, pretty standard. Just played 3 Veiler, double Nib, double Ogre, and 1 Bell on the main deck. No full Falas and Purulia. And moving on next, we do have. Oh, what we have? We do have Horus Gem Knights. Bunch of Gem Knights in our report, no? But the healthy part about that is they have a bunch of variations. Horus, Finsmith, Azamina, Pure, no? So it proves that the deck is very flexible and can be explored on a lot of ways. And yeah, moving on, we do have White Forest once again. Yeah, standard. Just played the Black Goat Laughs on the side deck. And Triple Phantasmi, oh my goodness. Huge emphasis on Triple Phantasmi. I really don't think that it will hurt a lot of decks, but it works on the tier 1, tier 2 decks on this current metagame. Next we do have Punk. Yeah, Punk got also a new support, so I'm very excited whether Punk will evolve into a more combo-ish type of deck or a mid-range one. I don't really know as of now, but there's a lot of people that are abusing the hell out of this deck on making FTKs. Oh my goodness. If you have seen those FTK videos online, please don't spread it for the love of the game. You will not be happy if the Punk FTK will get mainstream on the platforms, no? I think that's just really ridiculous. And if I have the time to make it as a video, or I can have my friend uh, exhibit the FTK line, you would be depressed on how toxic and yeah cancerous that would be. I think just as really horrible, and I don't really see it as a healthy part of the game. And moving on next, we do have, oh, why is this a content warning? Oh my goodness, it was sensitive because it is playing a, oh my goodness, what even is this Dynamorphia? When X1, not bad, yeah. Triple Iron Thunder, triple Solemn Strike, triple Judgment. Oh my goodness, triple Trap Trick. What the freak is this? Yeah, this is crazy. Dynamorphia in 20, almost 2025. Wow. They don't really care about the life points or not. But I think this deck was kind of popular on the Duelist Cup in Master Duel. So I think a lot of people took inspiration from it and just played in OCG now. Why not? This deck is still really powerful and it doesn't have hits aside from the skill drain, those goes in match, rivalries, and other floodgate whatnots, no? Next, we do have Blue Eyes, Primite. So the trend with Blue Eyes Primite is they're not playing Cold Buy and sometimes even Cross Out. On the main deck, they just don't care about that. They would just go against you head on without any regrets, any hesitations about the Fualos, Maxi Purulia. I think this deck is really crazy right now. And moving on next, we do have Malice. Yeah, Malice. Pretty standard, just played Code of Soul on the main deck. And moving on next, we do have Delight CS in Korea. First would be Mementotlan. Yeah, I think this deck is really powerful. Probably a tier 1 along with the Blue Eyes Primite and Malice. And next would be Primite Finsmith. Yeah, with Duston package. Yeah, this is crazy. This is like the modern DP adventure deck. And moving on next, we do have Ryzil. So finally, we are seeing a glimpse of how Ryzil would perform on this new format with Sharks and the Spirit. No, so I think Ryzil is still workable. You just really need to think a lot harder now than the way it used to be for Ryzil players. And next would be White Forest. So White Forest with Finsmith. Yeah, with Finsmith. And main deck goes Ogre WoW. And moving on next, we do have Dragon Maid. Yeah, very standard. I think this is just really strong on this current metagame with those bestials, with those hand traps, and possibly a tier B type of deck or high tier C on my books. And moving on next, we do have another Sky Striker. Yeah, this time with 2 D Barrier and 2 Sanctum on the side deck with 1 Trust. And also play the Aurora Dawn engine, no? Interesting. Another, oh my goodness, another sensitive content. We do have Orcus, yeah, with 2 Foolish Burial Goods and 1 Foolish Burial on the main deck. Yeah, interesting choice. Not many people play the Foolish Burial Goods on this. Next, we do have Ryzil. This time with 3 Sakitama. Next, we do have another Dragon Maid. This time with a Tenpai engine. Moving on next, we do have another Dragon Maid. This time with triple droplet. Wow. It is, yeah, it is not playing Tenpai Dragon, but it still played triple droplet. No regrets on your hand size, but I wouldn't do this to be honest, as a Dragon Maid player. Moving on next, another content warning sensitive. Oh yeah, another Dynamorphia. Yeah, oh my goodness, another Dynamorphia top. What the freak? 2 Dynamorphia this week. What is happening? So, yeah, they really took the Master Duel shenanigans seriously, no? And, yeah, looking at this list, it is very uh, strong going first, of course. But the problem would be the going second. That's why he just emphasized hand traps on the side deck. No Maxi, yeah, no Maxi. I think you would want to draw Shifter, Ogre, the likes of Nibiru. Even I think you would also struggle very bad. Moving on next, we do have Zodiac Rizil. Yeah, our first Zodiac finally. We now have seen Zodiac, but it is not even playing two barrage, no? It is only playing one barrage and two tanky. Yeah, oh my goodness. So I think it's just Rizil altogether. And next would be another Dragon Maid. So Dragon Maid with one Nibiru and one Veiler na main deck with the Tenpai engine of the Sangenkaimen targets. Next, we do have another. Yeah, we do have Voices Voice here. So Voices Voice with Schism engine. Yeah, has the means to make Turbo Winda on this build. And moving on next, another Dragon Maid. Bunch of Dragon Maids. This time a more standard Dragon Maid. And yeah, play Dark Ruler no more on the side deck. Probably more appropriate than the Forbidden Droplet for me at least. And moving on next, we have Tetsu Share Tournament. First would be Tenpai Dragon. Yeah, standard. Nothing to say too much about this. Next would be another Tenpai Dragon. Oh my goodness. This time, no Purulia on the main deck. And instead played triple Nibiru. Next we have another Blue Eyes Primate, but this time it is playing Called by the Grave. Yeah, interesting stuff. And next would be Malice. Yeah. And moving on next, we do have Horus Go Second. Yeah, Horus Go Second. OTK version of Horus. Yeah, play triple Lightning Storm, one Dark Hole, two Balava Golem, not even playing Sphere Mode. Yeah, not playing Sphere Mode. And two Regeki. Oh my goodness. What the frick is this? This is really insane. Also played Amano Iwato, no? And moving on next, we do have another Rizil. So it is for a fact that Rizil is not dead. Yeah, I think it is very early to count out the Rizil. It is still very early to do that. I wouldn't really dare to say that on this YouTube channel. I'm not really sure whether Rizil would continue to perform or they would just die down with a slump or something. Next would be Weibo Tournament in China. First would be Sup yeah, Six Samurai. I always mistakenly say Super Heavy Samurai with the Six Samurai. Oh my goodness. And next would be Dragon Maid. This time with Finn Smith. I think there's a bunch of TCG content creators that are mix and matching the Finn Smith with Dragon Maid, but I don't really see it as a good way to play the Dragon Maid. Next would be Argo Star. Oh my goodness, this got new support. And I'm very excited whether this deck can be the new Labyrinth, new Eldritch, and this is the better Amazement. This is like the rework of Amazement, and it's even better because it can link climb faster and has more rooms to interact from the original Amazement, which is very utterly garbage, to be honest. And next would be Zodiac. So yeah, moving on next, we do have Orcus, Orcus Horus, playing one a pointer of Red Lotus. And moving on next, we do have another Weaver tournament. This time Crystron Horus with Tyrion. Wow, is playing the Tyrion Regulus. And next would be, what even is this? Witchcrafter 60. Wow, really crazy. Witchcrafter in 2024. Imagine that. Next would be Centurion Punk. Yeah, I could see it happening. There's a bunch of people in the punk group that are exploring the Centurion with punk. And next would be Magical Musket, of course. Joshua Skimit special. And moving on next, we do have Memento Outland, standard. Nothing to say too much about this. Next, we do have Orcus Azamina. Yeah, played triple droplet on the side deck. Moving on next, we do have another Pendulum Magician. So, triple Dragon Shrine. So, it has been the debate for the Pendulum Magician, whether you would play at 3 or 2. So, I think I would play it at 2. And moving on next, we do have another Dragon Maid. Bunch of Dragon Maid reports in our report this time. And 2 Tiding only. This is how I want to play the Dragon Maid. I just want to play 2 Tiding at most. You don't really get the third copy on this new version of Dragon Maid. So yeah, it is fine at 2. Next would be Gem Knights once again with Finsmith this time. Yeah, standard. Next would be another Tenpai Dragon. One Dora Draco on this build. And 2 Retaliating Sea on the side deck. And moving on next, we do have Dragon Link. Yeah, people have been trying to explore the Dragon Maid engine on this Dragon Link, but it didn't materialize yet. I'm not really sure why. Maybe they are still waiting for the Dragon Ruler cards to come. And moving on next, we do have another Orcus. So it played triple Lanceano, even though it will hurt you. I think having Lancea is a surplus against the Mirror Match and the Malice, and possibly Dragon Maid match up. The lady needs to banish cards, so you would stop them from doing their crazy combo on their turn. Next would be another Spiral. This time no Horus, so played Anti-Spell Fragrance on the main deck. Next would be another Orcus. This time with one the Black Goat Luffs. And also played Rivalry. Oh my goodness, this is immense. Once you lock out the opponent and you just throw Rivalry on your field, it is pretty much game over for them. Yeah, Orcus definitely sees a lot of attention. And moving on next, we do have what even is this? What the freak? 50 card Necros Dogmatica. Oh my goodness. This is hot. Yeah, this is really immense. So it can deplete your extra deck and can also kill you with the Necros. Yeah, you just need to pick your poison, whether you interrupt the Maximus or the Necros line. And moving on next, we do have, oh my goodness, Runic Generator. What the freak? So yeah, Runic Generator. And moving on next, we do have another Ryzil. Finally, Ryzil are seeing still some play. And yeah, triple Purulia on the side deck. Next, we do have Mali 60. On my first video about the metagame, I have said that you couldn't make Mali 60 because you have lost Allure and Goldsark, but I might be wrong because this went, what the freak? It went a finalist on the tournament on the one of the larger locals in Koreano. So there's still hope for Mali 60 with those Bestials, with those Fairy Tail, with those Exceed, no? So it could still work. Yeah, I might be wrong about that. And moving on next, we do have Snake Eyes. Yeah, Snake Eyes, Finsmith, good stuff, whatever it is. Yeah, I just basically pile of broken engines in one deck. And moving on next, we do have Voices Voice. Oh, it's not Voices Voice. Yeah, it's playing Blue Eyes Primite. I am always under the impression that the moment I have seen the Dominus Purge, I always think of Voices Voice because Voices Voice always plays that card. But oh my goodness, it is playing System Down. What the freak? System Down in 2024, almost 2025, just to counter the Orcus. That is so genius. Yeah, that is genius or ingenious. No matter how you put at it, it is really crazy to play System Down just to answer the Orcus popularity. And moving on next, we do have yeah, another Orcus. This time with 3 orchestrated return. Oh my goodness, huge emphasis on return. This player badly wants to draw. And moving on next, we do have another Tenpai Dragon. This time with 2 Super Poly, 2 Lightning Storm. And moving on next, we do have another Orcus. This time with Summon Limit on the main deck and triple Nibiru. Moving on next, we do have another Blue Eyes Primite. So we have played triple draw, no called by and cross out. And moving on next, we do have Gem Knights once again. Play double Judgment and double Sanctum. Yeah, interesting. And moving on next, we do have Malice with a lot of Bestials, 3 Saronir on the main deck. No Lubellion, yeah, no Lubellion. Still play Shifter, no? There's a decreasing trend of playing less Shifter on Malice recently. Next, we do have another Orcus. Yeah, Orcus really have been so good post QCTV. The Link 1 changed a lot of things for Orcus. It is a fact. And moving on next, we do have. Oh, what the freak? Prankids! Wow! Prankids Finsmith. This is immense. I am really expecting Prankids to top in almost 2025. Wow, this is crazy. So it could work now with Finsmith and just throw EMP and oh my goodness. There's like 20 hand traps. Wow. 23 room for non-engine? Yeah, this is crazy. Wow, I really want to try this deck. The moment I finish this video, I really want to test this out. Yeah, this is immense. And moving on next, we do have Blue Eyes Primate. Yeah, standard. Nothing to say too much about this. Next, we do have Hero, of course. It is not complete without the Hero. And people are still trying to fix the Hero. And it is very hard to deck build the Hero with so many options and so many supports along your way. You could probably be put in a very grueling position to build your hero deck. Next, we do have Jurak. Yeah, Jurak. And yeah, pretty standard, just played Small World. And next, we do have Crystron. Yeah, still played XYZ Encore. Oh my goodness. They're still playing XYZ Encore. So, I think Ryzel is not really far from over yet. And moving on, we do have Marineford TCG Tournament. First would be Memento Outland. Yeah, standard. Next would be Branded 60. I think we have seen this list earlier. Yeah. Moving on next, we do have Labyrinth with 3 Sphere Mode and no Lava Golem. Instead, play the Purulia and Fualos and Nibiru. And moving on next, we do have Ryzil once again. And I think it is from the previous format. This is just a late post. And moving on, we do have Rescue Ace. Wow. Rescue Ace as a Mina. I really think that Rescue Ace is a really bad deck in this current metagame. I just think that it runs a lot of bricks, but it is still working on some communities or locals, no? Next, we do have another Gem Knights. This time with Black Dragon. And moving on next, we do have another Blue Eyes Primite with Typhon on the side deck. Typhoon, yeah. Your new Cosmic Cyclone. And next, we do have another Punk. This time with more hand traps on the main deck. A more hand trap-ish way of playing Punk. Less on combo extenders. Next, we do have 1923 CS. First would be Tenpai Dragon. And next would be Mali 60. And next would be Goblin Biker Horus with Triple Lancea. Next would have, this is the way that people are experimenting the Dragon Link, but it is not even playing the Dragon Maid New Fusion. Next would be Blue Eyes Primite. Played one Ogre on the main deck. Next would be another Ryzil. I think it is from a late post or RGN tournament, something. Next would be Dragon Maid. So yeah, standard. Yeah, just played 2 Bell and 1 Ogre. On the main deck, no Fualas or Purulia. Yeah, and only 2 Kitchen and 2 Sangen Kaimen. I'm not really sold on that. Why not just play 3rd Kitchen and 1 Sangen Kaimen only? Maybe Sangen Kaimen have the means to go into the battle phase. And next would be another hero. Yeah, pretty standard. Next would be Ryzil. I think it's from the previous event. And next we do have another Voices Voice. So play double Dark Ruler no more on the side deck. And 1 Extravagance only. Just played 1 Prosperity and 1 Extravagance now. Next we do have another Orcus Finsmith. And played Chaos Hunter. Oh my goodness. Didn't opt to play Lancea. Instead played Chaos Hunter. Next would be Mermail Atlantean from Matsumoto CS. And next would be White Forest Azamina. Played 1 of DD Crow. Interesting choice. And next would be Blue Eyes Primite. Only 1 Blue Eyes Vanilla on the main deck. Side deck 1 copy. And next would be another Voices Voice. A more standard Voices Voice. And next would be Ryzil. Yeah, played triple Nibiru on the main deck. And moving on next, we do have Blue Eyes Primite. Yeah, standard, just played 1 skill drain. And next would be Fiend Link, technically. They always try to play the Illusionist and White Forest engine on this deck, but probably just another way to boost the resiliency of the deck. Next would be Horus, Goblin Biker. Yeah, we have seen this earlier from 1923 CS. And moving on next, we do have Komachi CS in Japan. First would be White Forest, Azamina. Next would be Crystron with 2 Bell on the main deck. And next would be another Blue Eyes Primite. This time triple DD Crow. Oh my goodness. 3 DD Crow. Only played 1 Magnamut on the main deck. No Druid Worm or Baldric. Next would be Dragon Maid. Tenpai Dragon. Played Artifact Lancea on the main deck. Champion of the tournament. X0. Wow. Immense. Yeah, immense showing. Next would be Labyrinth. With 1 summon limit on the main deck. Still played, there can be only 1 no, on this Labyrinth. Next would be, oh my goodness, Mechanical Dogmatica. So, just another deck that can ruin your day, to be honest. This can really drop a lot of people on the tournament. Next would be another Orcus, this time with Finsmith. Triple Retaliating Sea. Oh my goodness, this is crazy. Next would be another Blue Eyes Primite. Yeah, standard. Played just 1 Druid Worm on the side deck. Next would be another Orcus, this time with Horus, without Finsmith. Yeah, without Finsmith. And next, we do have another Gem Knights with 3 Fualas on the main deck, and also played 1 Baguska. Still played 1 Baguska on this now. Next would be Ryzil. Yeah, standard. Standard Ryzil. And next would be, oh my goodness, another person that is playing System Down. Went 5-1. Oh my goodness. Also played 3 Hospitality, no? Interesting choice. And yeah, played 1 Talent as well on the main deck. Next would be another Blue Eyes Primite. Yeah, standard. Just played Triple Lightning Storm on the side. No Feather Duster or Heavy Storm whatsoever. Next would be Ryzil once again. This time with Shark Engine. Next would be another Ryzil. Oh my goodness, we are seeing a bunch of Ryzils with different versions. Pure, Finsmith, Freaking Sharks. This time with Dogmatica. With Tachyon as well. Oh my goodness. Wow. They're still really trying to fix the Ryzel. Next would be Mermail Atlantean. Yeah, standard. Next would be Sun CS. We do have first Memento Atlan, 3 Phantasmino, and next we do have Blue Eyes. Still played one Blue Eyes Jet on the main deck. And next would be another Ryzil. Played the Pyro, another level 4 copy of Ryzil. And next would be Orcus, Finsmith. And next we do have Ubel. Yeah, Ubel. Double Ogre and double Bell on the side deck. No Purulya. Next we do have Purely from TCS. One of the bigger events in Taiwan, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, Purely. With the new support of Delicious Memory going back into 3. And next would be Snake Eyes. Triple Original. This has been the norm for the Snake Eyes recently. And next would be Blue Eyes Primate with Simul Archfiend on the side deck. Wow. So it is like the D barrier, but more better against Lynx. And next would be, of course, there will be a Runic. Yeah, Runic stun. Triple Dogwood on the side deck. Yeah, really crazy. I don't really want to face this deck on a short tournament. And next would be, oh my goodness, Gladiator Beast Tri Brigade. Went champion of the tournament? Yeah, champion of the tournament. Wow. Gladiator Beast with Tri Brigade. I might try this one. And next would be another Dragon Maid. Yeah, standard. Next would be Exo Sister, champion of Marineford TCG tournament. One of Desires and one of Prosperity. Yeah. And didn't play the other Exo Sister names, just played the Aratama Sakitama. Next would be another Voices Voice, this time with Azamina and a small Ryuge package. And next would be Malice. Still played Shifter on the main deck. You don't really see that recently for Malice. And next would be another Gem Knights with 2 Ogre on the main deck. And next would be Mermail Atlantean with XYZ Armored package on the extra deck. And played triple anti-spell, no? Didn't opt to play Judgment on this one. And next would be Punk with 1 heavy Storm and 1 Feather Duster. And also played Finsmith on this Punk build. And next would be RDA Centurion. And yeah, that sums up our OCG Metagame Report and deck list reviews for December 25 to December 29. So if you found this video informative and helpful, please consider subscribing. It definitely motivates me a lot to keep providing this content for you guys. So once again, thank you for watching. See you on the next one. Happy holidays. Peace.